Morning, everybody.
We are here.
Every all buddy, who I think is one buddy, our buddy, Oreo.
Good morning, one buddy.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Wakey, wakey.
Time to get up.
Good morning, citizens.
Up and at them.
Rise and shine.
This is your wake-up call, people.
Come on, the coffee's on.
I think it was Friday morning, the first morning that Josh and Andrea were with us. I had woke up before them, was sitting out in the living room drinking coffee, and I was watching the Twitch highlights from our Tuesday night Among Us game.
Yeah.
And Josh comes out and he's like, "Oh, Among Us, I love that game." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty fun." I said, "Topher and I play every Tuesday." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, we have a group of people who some we personally know, others we don't, but we play with them every Tuesday night. And Topher will stream, and a few of the other people who we play with also stream. And that's actually what I'm watching. I'm watching the highlights from this past Tuesday." And he's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't even know anymore." And he's like, "This is not something that you were in Italy." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm a little different."
So it's them that should have been worried about the changes.
Probably. But then he's like, "So it's open to anybody?" And I was like, "Yeah, anybody." And he's like, "Can I play?" And I was like, "Yeah, you could if you really wanted to." He's like, "Awesome." And so then that led into me talking about Love Thy Nerd
yeah.
and about our Discord and the radio station and everything. And he's the whole time just like, "You're blowing my mind." By that time, Andrea had woke up and come out, and she had known a little bit about it, you know, just from Facebook and following it. But she's like, "I didn't realize what Love Thy Nerd was. That's amazing. That's really cool." I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of proud." I was afraid to become a part, but I'm very thankful that I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always cool moments.
It was really neat.
So, I had a boring week last week. Nothing really exciting happened.
Yeah.
Lies. No.
Lies.
On let's see. It was last Monday. Well, rewind even further. 2 Tuesday nights ago, we were playing Among Us.
Yes.
And my very pregnant wife is starting to have contractions while I'm playing. And she's got her little thing on her phone, little app that she can just hit the button to kind of time them and see how far apart they are and how long they last. And they're averaging about 8 minutes apart. And she sends me like a screenshot of this from like a half hour's worth of recording. I'm like, "All right, guys, well, pretty sure once this stream's over, I'm going to be heading to the hospital." So my wife gets up. She's like, "I'm going to walk around the block and see if we can get this stuff going." I'm like, "All right." So she took the boys and walked around the block while I finished the stream. And by the time I was done, I was like, "All right, let's go. We're going." And she's like, "No, they stopped." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, as soon as I texted you that picture, haven't felt another one yet." I'm like, "Well, farts." And so, but because that happened, because they were so close together, we're like, "All right, well, it's got to be soon, right?" So, an entire week passes.
I know.
An entire week. So that next Monday, almost a full week later, she goes to the doctor for just her checkup, and she says, "Can we just get this induced? Can we just go? Like, what's the earliest time we can schedule this?" She goes, "Well, we could do tomorrow morning." And so Danger texts me while I'm at the grocery store with the boys. So, "Hey, you want to just do this tomorrow morning and get it done, get moving?" I'm like,
Yes, but
okay.
no. But
yeah,
no, but yes.
Sure. I'm totally prepared for this kind of news. Yeah. And so we had to be there at freaking 4 a.m.
Yeah.
'Cause that's when they bring in the people with scheduled inductions.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it might have been that day anyway, because by the time we got there, she was already dilated to like 6 or something. Like it was getting close.
It's getting close. Yep.
And so we checked in at 4. We had the baby before 10 o'clock. Like once we got there, things just started moving.
Yeah.
Fastest kid yet.
That's awesome.
And last time we were there, last 2 times, she's had an epidural, which is, numbs you up pretty much, makes it a lot more bearable apparently. But the last time she had it, she got really shaky and they had to put like oxygen on her. And that kind of scared her. So she's like, this time I'm not going to do that. I'm like,
your body, your choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she got pain medicine, but they're telling her like, you really want to hold off on getting this as long as you can because the first 2 doses are good, and then after that it kind of wanes. She's like, okay. So contractions are coming. She's really feeling pain. I'm having to hold her hand. She's breaking my thumb off every time. I'm like, you should probably get that first dose. And so she gets the first dose of pain medication, and it helps a lot. Just as she's getting ready for the second dose, they come and check on her like, oh, it's time to go. And she goes, oh, so that means I can't get the other pain medication, right? Yeah. And so I say, did you want the epidural? She goes, yeah, but it's too late. It's too late now. It's too late now.
Yep.
So for the first time, I experienced seeing
your wife in pain.
My wife in the kind of pain you see in the movies.
Yeah.
And it was torturous to watch. So I'm assuming it was so much worse to experience.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was crying.
Yeah.
I was crying for how much pain she was in. And kind of mad at her for not getting the epidural. I'm like, why are you putting me through this?
Why would you be so selfish?
But it actually went really quick. It felt longer just because she was in pain, but it was actually the quickest delivery she's had too. Very healthy little baby girl. No complications whatsoever. She was born 7 pounds, 14 ounces, about 19 inches long. Real cute.
So I was hoping that she would be born on my birthday because her due date was 2 weeks out from my birthday. And so I was like, that third baby.
Well, Eli was 3 weeks early, so.
Yeah. So I hoped and hoped and hoped, but she wasn't born on my birthday, but we did share the same birth weight.
Birth weight, yeah.
Yeah, 7 pounds, 14 ounces.
Yeah, her name is Natalie. Natalie is the name. We kept it secret from everybody. And
I think I was the closest in guessing.
What was a lot of people, so we did a
name
game thing that day. I was posting on Facebook for the first time in years in my personal stuff. Not years, but I guess a year. And I always like to do all right, guess the name. And a lot of people were guessing Abigail.
Yeah, like biblical names.
And Hannah. Those were the 2 I saw the most.
Because Elijah and Jonathan. And so I think people are like, okay, well, they're going to stick with a biblical name.
Elijah was inspired biblically. Jonathan was not.
Yeah.
Jonathan was inspired by Jonathan Kent. Not
fair.
spelled the same, but that is where we got the inspiration.
Yeah. So I went through... Okay, early in the morning, as soon as I woke up, I saw your name game thing, and I was like, okay, let me put in a few guesses. And the very first guess that I made, I don't remember what the first name was, but I said May, which was the middle name.
Which is Daedra's middle name.
Right. And so then I was like, duh, that's the middle name they're using. Hello. It just hit me all of a sudden. And so I was like, okay, now I need to put in a real guess using this middle name. And so I went through names from The Office, Frasier,
Smallville,
WWE.
WWE, yeah.
Was there anything else? I don't
remember, but I mean,
anyway.
It's a good list, and I didn't recognize them at all.
Which just blew my mind.
Well, I wasn't in that mindset. But
it blew my
mind. Once I read it like a third time, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I see what she's doing.
Yeah. I just get the normal like everybody else, and I'm like, no! I put a lot of thought and effort into this. Thank you very much.
I require the dedicated laughing emote.
Exactly. So, but Natalie is a wrestler, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I don't know of anybody specifically named Natalie.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We picked this name on our road trip that we took last September.
Okay.
One of our goals was pick names for either the boy or the girl, whatever it's going to be. And it was hours, days of us trying to come up with names that we liked. We never picked a guy's name, a boy's name.
Really?
We could not find a boy's name that both of us liked.
Wow.
At all. And Natalie, I think, was one of only 2 girls' names that we considered.
Yeah.
But once we got to the end of the trip, we're like, yeah, it's going to be Natalie.
Natalie. I love it. I've only known one other Natalie in my entire life, and I grew up with her. She was 2 years older than me, but I grew up with her through elementary, middle, and high school. And she was just the kindest, most intelligent, one of the smart girls, you know, but she was beautiful and super kind. I can always remember being like, man, Natalie Godwin is like, she's the best. I want to be like Natalie Godwin. So, I mean, her name has stuck with me throughout all these years, 20 years later.
Wow.
So it was a good choice. I'm proud of it. Natalie May.
And the cool thing, which Oriole's mentioning in our Twitch chat right now as we're recording, is, because we weren't letting the name go, everybody in our little Among Us group was calling her Little Sus. Because I posted a picture of a custom pacifier I had made that is a little pink, kid Among Us character that says, sus underneath it. And so Little Sus stuck. And because it happened because she was born on Tuesday, and Tuesday nights when we do that Among Us game, like Mo said earlier, they were all playing and I wasn't playing, but I was watching along because we were stuck in the hospital for forever and my wife was sleeping. So I was watching along, and my wife woke up to feed Natalie, and just in time for the entire crew there to sing happy birthday to Little Sus, which was quite adorable.
Yeah.
And my wife was also blown away just by the nature of this group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why do they care? You're not even playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You personally know what? 2 of them? Why did they? Yeah. Listen, I'm not even ashamed to say, as we're all singing happy birthday, I am not bawling, but definitely crying like a stupid person. Like, it's not even my kid. And then, of course, I'm having to get Topher to type in the codes for me, and I'm crying, and he's like, what's your problem? I'm like, shut up, leave me alone. Don't say anything.
Mind your business.
It's the next generation of nerd, okay?
So funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I get it with the Olympics. The Olympics, I know they get super stringent with what outfits you're allowed to wear. I remember somebody at the last Winter Olympics or a couple Winter Olympics ago had I think a zipper that went like an inch too long on the outfit or whatever and got fined for it. And like they get ridiculously stringent. But
wow.
the only there's been no real defense as to why they are forced to wear these kind of shorts, other than it's just what we've always done, which really feels like it's left over from if we're going to get guys to watch this, then...
Hey, fun fact. Did you know that the first...
Show some cheek.
Olympics played in Athens. Do you know?
Au naturel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all men athletes, and they were played completely nude, and because of that, women were not allowed to be spectators. They could not watch because the men were
because they'd be scandalized.
Naked. Yeah. That's another fact for you. You get 2 extra facts today.
They weren't good at making tight-fitting clothing that would, hold all the junk in place. They're like, well, let's just let it fly.
Can you imagine doing some of those sports naked? For real, think about it.
Javelin.
Just take a second, even running.
Well, the worst in my mind is the wrestling. The Greco-Roman wrestling.
That would be awful. Hurdles, yes.
Hurdles.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. I'm serious. So our very first cruise was while we were overseas in Italy, and we went to Greece. And so we were able to go to Athens, and we went to Olympus to see the very first Olympic grounds, which is where they still get the fire from the torch to light it every year. We learned all about that. But that was 9 years ago. And obviously the one thing that stuck with me the most is, oh my gosh, women were not allowed to watch the first Olympics. And then Chris is like, but listen, it's because the men were naked. They had to do the entire sport naked. I'm like, yeah, okay, women didn't want to watch that anyway. That does not sound interesting or entertaining.
The race where they have to pass the baton off.
Oh, stop. No. I'm not letting you go there. No. Nope. Their arm had to be fully extended to pass the baton.
Guys. Woo.
No.
Oh, man.
Oriole says that is just waiting for ancient fail army. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Like, I've always known that the first Olympics was done, au naturel. I've never really sat here and considered what that would mean for each individual sport.
Yes.
Hurdles is hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have got it if I had some briefs.
As we walked, because we even got to stand at like the starting line for most of the races, you can still see that. And so as we're standing there and walking through the grounds, I'm like, no. This is
That's why when you have to do the pole vault, that's why they always have to go to their back.
Yeah.
To go for
Exactly. That's the way it was done in the first Olympics.
So you don't get caught. You don't get caught.
It was done for other reasons in the first Olympics, but that's the way they've always done it. So you know what? Maybe that should be our argument for why the women should have better.
Oh. Gosh.
Clothing. If it's the way that they've always done it, then I want to see those men nude competing in all the events. If that's the argument we're sticking with, this is the way we've always done it.
Your wife's making inappropriate thoughts.
No, I'm just saying.
You just said I want to see all those men nude. That's what you said. That was the quote. That's the quote that everyone will remember.
And everyone will know how I meant it.
I'm gonna take that clip
out of context.
Take that clip out of context, put it on our soundboard. And anytime we're talking about guys, I want to see those men nude. That would be hilarious if this was a different kind of show.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But it's not.
This is not Shock Jock in the morning. Yes, Lark, please pop in. It's okay. It's going to be a low-key argument, not a heavy thing, not a Marvel versus DC Comics.
It's going to be a low-key argument, not a low-key argument. Thor and Loki.
Okay.
See?
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian got it.
See?
It's early for me. It's too early for me to get a lot of jokes.
I also said earlier.
I'm still thinking about naked Roman wrestling. Clip that.
There we go.
I'm still thinking about naked Roman wrestling.
We're even.
I also said earlier, who's Elaine? When you said pick a lane, who's Elaine?
Oh, I didn't catch it. You saying that at all.
Yeah. And Brian was like, I don't know if that was intentional or not. It was intentional. It is a Friends reference. Chandler is trying to get Joey to stop dating two girls because Chandler actually likes one of them. And he says, you got to pick Elaine. And Joey goes, who's Elaine? Yep.
Oh, I read an article the other day that claimed like Friends is one of the worst sitcoms of all time.
I know.
And I thought, man, I should send this to Mo. But I didn't.
I hear it all the time from people.
Look,
it's the worst show ever. Whatever.
It's got its detractors, but there's no denying that it is one of the foundational game changers of sitcoms for TV.
Yeah. Listen, if it was the worst television show ever, then How I Met Your Mother wouldn't have become a television show.
Exactly right.
Because it's exactly the same show.
Exactly, it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love watermelon.
I hate watermelon.
What?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I eat it with salt.
I throw it in the trash.
Fantastic.
It's disgusting.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody be so virulent about their disgust for watermelon.
So here's the real
How do you
thing.
not like watermelon?
I actually enjoy the flavor of watermelon, but just listen. Listen, Linda. I don't like working for my food. It's the same reason. Nope, let me explain. It's the same reason I don't like ribs, okay? It's too much work
Well, I get that.
to eat. With watermelon, you get a bite and you gotta spit 3 seeds in one bite. I hate it.
Why the heck are you buying seeded watermelons? I don't even think they sell seeded watermelons.
Seedless still have the seeds in there. They're the little white seeds, but they're still crunchy and still taste like seeds, and that's not the texture that I want when I'm eating a watermelon.
Nah.
It's just yes.
Nah. They do have the little white seeds.
Bet.
You don't notice them though. I have eaten that's been my wife's pregnancy craving for the last 4 months.
Cool.
We have eaten nonstop watermelon. I have never once bitten into a seed.
I have every time. I hate it. But it is Topher's favorite flavor. He loves watermelon.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Everything.
Brother Mod in our chat said ribs are too much work to both eat and cook. And yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't eat chicken drumsticks either.
You don't like food on a bone?
I don't like food on a bone because 1, it is a lot of work to eat, but 2, it feels too close to a savage caveman eating.
Yeah.
Eating the
cannibalism.
raw thing. Well, I mean, it feels that way. I don't have a problem eating meat, but just eating it on the bone just really, really drives it home that this thing used to be alive.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm like, oh, I don't want to think about that.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, we do have one more holiday.
Oh, okay. One more holiday that I'm not really excited about. So I'm going to read it and I'm going to let you explain it.
Go for it.
All right. It's National, and it's written in all caps, Grab Some Nuts Day.
I'm just going to clip those 3 words. Said with such excitement.
Grab some nuts!
No, the way it's spelled in the holiday is also all caps like that.
I looked it up to
and
make sure it wasn't inappropriate.
I think it's purposefully made to seem inappropriate, but it's really just the appreciate peanuts.
Yeah. Well, and it's all nuts, right?
Well, all nuts, yeah. Not really peanuts, actually, because peanuts don't really count as nuts.
They're a legume.
They're a legume. But actual nuts.
Yeah, pecans and walnuts and pistachios. Pistachios are considered a nut, huh?
I believe so.
Pecans. I said pecan, even though it's a pecan.
Sucker.
Almonds.
Almonds.
Yeah, because sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
Brother Mod, it is nuts with an S, not a Z. If it was a Z, I think that'd be too far. If it was nuts with a Z, that's too far.
Yeah.
So once a week, we like to open up our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for some of our back row buds to argue some of the internet's favorite arguments. And today, we're inviting our back row buds on to discuss a certain piece of airline etiquette that is thought by some to be an unwritten rule and thought by others to be overboard. Let's jump in. We got a couple in the chat today.
2, not a couple.
A couple people.
Yay, Mo's here.
Oh my goodness, you're too loud.
Hi, Mo.
Turn you
Hi,
around.
Mo.
Good morning, friends. How are you?
I'm doing
Tired.
well.
Lark, you said that you had your weird morning voice, but you sound beautiful, so.
Oh, yeah, I drank some water.
Oh,
so I'm fine.
that was
Enough.
smart. That was smart.
Yeah, I've just been vibing.
Just
Mostly
vibing.
awake.
Mostly awake. Okay, well,
How are you, Oreo?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Been up for a while, so it's good.
Yeah. That's that parent life versus non-parent life.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lark can just sleep for days.
Yeah.
No problem.
I have classes starting in like a month, and then I have to like be awake at a reasonable hour.
I mean,
2 days a week.
Have to is
2 days a week.
Well, if I have 2 morning classes
have
and
to
1
is a
evening
relative
class.
term. Like it's
And
college.
all of my
you
work
could skip.
is evenings and afternoons, so I have to be up early 2 days a week.
I
That's
skipped
And
every
one of them is a
class.
Zoom class.
I skipped every class in college that I already knew everything about.
This is grad school. My classes are 3 hours long.
Oh, that's awful. I had one class that was like that. But like I had
Yeah,
biology,
that's
I like
gonna be
basic biology in college. I like never went because I had it all memorized and I could prove it because we also had a biology lab, which I did go to, where we had to prove that we knew all these things. And I had an A+ in that class. I had an
Yeah,
F.
my new grad school actually took attendance and did penalize you if you didn't go to class, so I couldn't get away with that.
Yeah, I didn't know that would happen, and so I got an F in biology. And I'm like, well, can't I just test me? I'll prove I know all of this stuff. I hated the teacher. That's why.
That almost happened to
Anyway,
me with a
we should
computer
we should-
class
We have a topic
because of,
that we're supposed to talk about.
it was a 7:45 a.m. class, and
Hey.
I knew
Well, that's
it was
just
a basic
painful.
computer class.
Yeah, it's awful. Hey, Lark.
Just for everybody who's listening, for reference, hold on. This is what Tuesday nights in Among Us are like. Everybody's trying to
talking
get
about-
something in to say, and there's Lark.
Yeah. Hey, Lark. This is our show. We'll direct it. We'll say when we move on to the next
You
part.
guys are even more asleep than I am. It's 2 hours earlier for you than me. It's not even 8 a.m. yet for you. Why are you awake?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
fact.
that's the curse of the morning show, I guess. All right. So the question.
Somebody's got to do it.
The question on the table. Should the person in the middle seat of a row on a plane be entitled to both armrests? Why or why not? That's the question. So, Lark, we'll let you go first.
Yes, because dang it, they are squished between people. You can't really see out the window. You can't lean against anything. You can't stick your leg out in the aisle. You can't go to the bathroom without climbing over someone. You can't grab anything without reaching over someone, pretty much. Just at least give them the armrests. Give them something.
Okay. Brian, what do you think?
It's a tough one, but yeah, I kind of agree that they should at least have the armrests, and because of those reasons that Lark said. And that's exactly why when I have an upcoming flight, I chose the aisle seat for all of my flights. So I know I
feel
have,
that, Oreo.
I have one armrest, and yeah, I can get out
And
easy.
ample leg room.
I had window seat for
Yes.
short flights and aisle seat for long flights when I went overseas over a year ago when we were still allowed to do that. And
When life
it
was
was
fun.
great.
So here's my thought. And see, I used to be staunch on that. Like, yeah, middle seat, you're squished. You get both armrests. Like, that's an entitlement. That's an unwritten rule. And then I experienced the window seat as a big person. Not just not necessarily fat, just tall and broad. The plane curves inward right there, right in that seat. And so when you're tall and broad, you can't even really use the only armrest that's supposedly yours because you're already leaning to the far side because you're being pushed aside by the plane. And so now you're squished in between the wall of the plane and the person next to you who's claiming both armrests, and you can't do anything but feel like you're in a tin can.
So then
ready to Hulk
really proper airplane etiquette would be everybody leans to the right.
or
Or
to the center.
depending on which side the
Everyone
plane
leans
you're on.
toward the center of the
Right.
plane.
Everyone
Yeah.
leans toward the center. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt, but as someone who is shorter than you and also a human twig, I've never had that problem.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've flown, and now that I'm thinking about it, you're right, Matt.
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm the same way.
society is trending larger and larger every year.
See, you guys are
and
actually like
planes
tall.
are smaller and smaller every year.
I'm the person who my knees barely touch the seat in front of me, even in tight seats.
Yeah.
That's
But-
why I bought the Comfort Plus seats, so I have more leg room.
Yeah, I
That's
never
just
need
because
that.
of that. I paid more money from my flight for that.
I can just vibe in the seat that I get, and it's great.
So Brother Mod in our Twitch chat is agreeing that everyone should get one armrest. The nearest to the center armrest is the one that goes to you.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
It
I will
does
say,
make sense.
yeah, the second that you asked the question, I was like, no, middle seat doesn't get any armrest. Suck it up and deal, bro. But then hearing Lark's points, which were brilliant, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, But I have even felt, and I used to say I was 5'3", but I think that we've figured out that I'm not quite 5'3".
So you're shorter than me. Cool.
Yeah. But even I tend to get that feeling of claustrophobia. So sitting in that window seat with people all around me, and you're exactly right, Matt, the plane curves inward.
Yeah.
It is very tight and constricting and claustrophobic. Yeah. So if we all just lean toward the center, it would just make for a more pleasant ride for all of us.
And it's even more impossible to use the restroom when you're the person in the window seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the mistake of falling asleep once when I was the aisle seat person and the middle seat person. So the window seat person had to go to the bathroom. That was a fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel so guilty at that point. You're like, I can't wake them up. I'm just gonna have to sit here and be miserable.
I was sitting with too. I knew them.
Yeah.
I had to face them for the next 3 weeks.
Oh man, that's funny.
In another country.
So here's what I do though. I only fly Southwest because Southwest.
Apparently, Matt's an airline snob.
Look, no, for real.
So yeah, I've been hearing Southwest phone calls for the last 3 days. So I have opinions about Southwest right now.
Well, look, Southwest is the only airline that has been more profitable every single year of their entire existence, aside from 2020, where every airline took a hit, because of their pretty much fantastic across the board customer service 90% of the time. And one of those things is, if you're kind of a big overweight dude like me, they're like, yeah, we'll give you another seat, no problem. And so they give you like this free little ticket thing that you get to put on the seat next to you, and now you have a full space. And so I get to sit on the window and still have that middle armrest. Nobody's squished right next to me, and somebody else gets the benefit of getting to sit in the aisle seat, also not squished next to anybody else. So it's like two people get a joy.
That's true.
On the right, it's so pleasant.
Can we just agree to fly with each other, and I just sit in the same row as you, please?
Yeah, I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
Matt gets the eye on Mo, gets the window.
Every time we've gone somewhere, it's usually like the CR Summit, the Celebrate Recovery Summit. That's the main flying I've done in my adult life. Every time we've gone somewhere, there's always been someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to be pairing up with Matt this trip. So, we'll have these premium seats with no squishing or rubbing elbows. It's been nice.
That's fair.
All right. Well, thank you for that argument, as it was.
Thank you for the early morning discussion that actually convinced me to leave bed before 10 a.m.
There you go. Now your brain is working and you're ready to go.
It's not working.
Oh, well.
Young person.
Sorry, Mo.
Brother
Mod said such agreeable guests today. Yeah. It's been nice.
The guests are too tired to argue.
Just don't join us on Tuesday. Then you really get to hear us argue on Discord.
No, Tuesdays are fun. Remember this week when I accidentally traumatized an 8-year-old?
Accidentally, you went full
she
bore.
Was hardcore.
Yeah, I was fighting Toffee and I was not attempting to traumatize Mateo. I do feel bad for that.
Yeah.
You were just trying to attack Toffee as hard as possible.
It was Toffee! Toffee killed right in front of me! I saw Toffee kill! It was Toffee!
I was not yelling, but it might have sounded.
Totally
you were pretty. You were talking very loud.
I naturally.
You were overexcited.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
We were all uncomfortable.
So I had to tell Matt this morning, realizing that he couldn't see the chat from the Among Us chat that we were all in. And so I told him that we're all like yelling at Rye Guy, go hug him! Go give him a hug! Tell him it's okay!
Wait, was he even able to hug him? Because they were secretly in quarantine.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah, they were in different
rooms. That's how later we were quarantined because some kid at a summer camp got COVID.
That stinks.
All right. Well, we love y'all. We're gonna end this call right here. Have a good morning. Thank you for watching. Keep watching.
Bye, Mo.
Adios, amigos.
Oh,
Cut her
off. I told her we were leaving. Dang it. She knew it. Before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
Fact of the day. The watermelon can be classed as both a fruit and a vegetable. It is a fruit because it grows from a seed, has a sweet, refreshing flavor, and is loosely considered a type of melon. It is a vegetable because it is a member of the same family as the cucumber, pumpkin, and squash. It is also harvested and cleared from fields like other vine-growing veggies.
I guess that makes sense.
Yep. It's like the tomato is always the one that gets the most. Is it a fruit or is it a vegetable? But the watermelon. Why are you laughing at me so much today?
Because you're making funny noises.
Apparently,
You're
I'm
a Canadian.
hilarious.
The fruit or a vegetable, dude.
Whatever.
I love it.
You're welcome.
We'll be back tomorrow morning. We hope you will too. Mo, final thought.
Harry Potter and his wand.
Did you?
I don't know. I can't do the final thought.
What's going on? You've been doing the final thoughts.
I know.
Since the podcast.
I know.
Which was 2015.
Forever ago.
And suddenly this week, you're
can't.
struggling. Once again, I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And remember, if nobody else tells you, we promise it's true.
Jesus loves you, nerd.
It's like you froze. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. I don't know. And his wand. Okay, stop. Gosh. There was a time we were in North Carolina still, and I was eating white chocolate macadamia cookies all the time. And then I got sick. Really, really sick. And so I haven't had them since. I'm
Well, is it because there's dairy in cookies?
No, because I can eat cookies.
Oh, okay.
But I think that maybe I just had
A bad batch?
either a bad batch or too many. And so now
I don't understand it. Every time I eat 75 cookies, I throw up. I think I'm allergic to cookies,
I
guys.
don't know what's wrong. Doesn't that happen to everybody? We are excited to announce our latest expansion pack to Sunday School Answers, the Nerd Deck.
And I do apologize. I meant to bring it to put it on camera, but I don't have it.
I'm very disappointed in you. And it's a double-sized expansion. So typically our normal expansions are 50 cards, which is 10 new dilemmas and then 40 new answers. But this one has 20 new dilemma cards and 85 new answer cards. And most of the answer cards were ideas submitted by our Love Thy Nerd community. And the big expansion is a huge collaboration with Love Thy Nerd. That's about 2 years in the making. So originally it was set to come out in late 2019, early 2020, but of course, COVID came in and messed everything up. Then Michael Mordenga handed the game off to us for a redesign and relaunch. So suddenly a lot of new steps got put in front of the Love Thy Nerd deck. But it was totally worth the wait. The new deck is amazing and the perfect addition to the core deck game of Sunday School Answers. And we get to hear what Bubba Stallcup and Matt Warmbier from Free Play had to say about this game.
All right, what do you got?
Speaking of Sinbad, another thing that we are in league with is Sunday School Answers. Okay, so Sunday School Answers, this was actually, Matt, this was the very first game that we played. We played it on Free Play, episode 1. Episode 1. We played this dang game, okay? And this is basically Cards Against Humanity Christian style. And it got, okay, so like, I know how that sounds, right? If you're new to this and it's like, okay, well, another Christian game. Blech. It's freaking hilarious. Like, we have played multiple times. And again, every game you have to have the right group to play with, right? We have played multiple times with people from our life group, and they, dude, like, your mouth hurts, your stomach hurts, the back of your neck hurts from laughing so bad. Like, you have a headache at the end of the day. Like, you've played well.
You might want to get checked
play. Yeah. I'll do it later. So we have this is Sunday School Answers is now a back row games game, and so that means that LTN on air, Radio Matt, now this is his stuff. He's in charge of it, and he asked us, "Is like, hey, we want to do a Love Thy Nerd expansion," and I was like, "Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Actually, it's time. We got it. It's time."
Why it's so bright?
So like, well, it's because of the dang ring light. You just gotta be.
You have to imagine.
There you go. Look,
there it is.
Think about what it would be like
if you could see
in the dark. Yeah. Oh, hey, look at.
You can pick up Sunday School Answers, the Nerd Deck, and all of our other expansions at backrowgames.com. We are so happy that we finally got this made, and we're already in talks for a part 2. Next year.
Say hi, Josh and Andrea. Say hi, Josh and Andrea.
I thought you were talking to Josh and Andrea.
Hi, Josh and Andrea.
Say hi. Hi, Josh and Andrea.
Andrea. You can call her Annie.
Annie.
There you go.
Annie. Okay.
He's a little weird.
That's right, everybody. Mo has held on to the title belt for far too dang long, and I need to take it back. Here is how our challenge process goes. The challenger goes against the champion in a game, and if the challenger wins, they earn a title shot the next week to face the champion in the same game. So, if I can beat Mo 2 weeks in a row, I win the title belt again. That's essentially it. And in my quest to begin, we go back to our old standard, Would You Rather?
Would you rather?
So this is an app that gives you, would you rather situations. Our goal is not to pick what we would most rather, but rather to try and guess what most people would most rather, and this will tell us.
Which is usually the opposite.
Yeah, typically. Except when we think it is, because then it's not. And then we choose the opposite, and it was wrong. So it'll be fun.
I think you lost some people there, but okay. Let's play the
I'm
game.
just surprised I got through the explanation of what this game was without fumbling my words.
That's fair.
All right, Mo, would you rather be a part of the Avengers or part of the Justice League?
So basically, would you rather be DC or Marvel?
Kinda. But there's more to it than that, I feel like. Because there's something so much different about being a part of the Avengers and the Justice League. Because the Justice League is still all like anonymity. Nobody knows who they are. They're
and our generation would have wanted that.
But Avengers
now people want credit for what they do.
Yeah, Avengers almost everybody's out.
I'm saying Avengers.
65%. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. All right.
When you're right, you're right.
Would you rather that superheroes were real or that Pokemon were real?
Oh, gosh. See, the last time we did this game, it was would you rather live in Pokemon land, whatever it is, or Harry Potter world? And we were all like, duh, Pokemon. But apparently it was Harry Potter. Superheroes.
Superheroes, 62%. Good job. All right, next up. Would you rather be able to create history or be able to delete history?
I really just wanted to be like, we can delete history. It's in our computer. Google, delete history. Oh, gosh. Again, I'm going with people want credit for things, so create history.
69%?
Yeah.
So far, your idea of sticking with selfishness and vanity is working out for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease? This is way different than each other.
A drug that kills a deadly disease.
66%. Oh, you're doing way too good on this game. You're 4-0 right now. Date a person who gets along with your... Would you rather date a person who gets along with your parents or date a person who gets along with your friends? That's a good one.
See?
because it's important what your parents think, but you also hang around with your friends more.
Yeah, but friends come and go. Your parents are your parents. They're there for forever. It's true.
Okay.
Until they're not there. And then it took a dark turn.
And now I'm sad.
Oh gosh. I am going to say, I think I'm wrong, but I'm saying parents.
Dang it. Yes, you're right.
Really?
61%.
Oh, okay. People surprised me with that one.
Facebook ad. Who needs it? Why does Facebook need to run ads? Everybody knows about Facebook. Okay? Nobody needs to see an ad about Facebook existing. We know you're there, Facebook. Okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows. People that aren't on your platform don't want to be on your platform because of who you are. Thank you. Would you rather give bad advice or receive bad advice?
I would rather receive bad advice because I don't have to listen to the advice. But if someone takes my bad advice and then they do something that has awful consequences, I would feel like garbage.
54%.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, last one. Would you rather always have the urge to pee?
That's my life.
Here we go. Or always have to wear a diaper?
Always have the urge to pee.
Wrong.
Really?
53% of people would rather wear a diaper all the times.
Y'all silly.
Lazy.
Y'all did not think that one through. It just says
No,
urge
you know what?
to
No.
pee. It doesn't feel like what?
I don't know. I agree. I would pick diaper.
No,
I wouldn't want to feel like I have to
again.
pee all the time.
No, again, it doesn't say like you feel like you're going to just explode
No,
from
I feel like that's
urination.
what they're- I
No,
feel like
it
that's what
says
they're trying to say.
urge. Urge.
Urge is
not
urge is the short form of urgent. Like it's supposed to feel like, yeah, this has got to happen.
No, urge. Urge is like a nudge. Like, well, maybe I should. No, I'm good. I'm all right.
Should I
That's
pee
an
today?
urge.
I don't
It's-
know. Maybe.
Listen, I said it. It's the story of my life. I always feel like I gotta pee. Always. That's the joy of motherhood.
All right, well, I have to run the gamut to beat you. So
Yeah,
I'm
you do.
very upset about this.
All right.
I'm going to mess it up in the first two.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather be invisible or invincible?
Okay.
Invisible or invincible?
I can't in good conscience pick invisible, so I'm going to pick invincible.
Yeah,
because invisible people would be creeps.
Yeah.
You just would be. All humans are terrible, and if you're given that power to be invisible, you're going to be a creep.
A creep.
You're not going to be a hero. You're going to be a nasty person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Invincible.
56%.
All right, that's not nearly enough.
That is
A
true.
lot of creeps on this
That is-
planet.
yeah.
A lot
mhm.
of creeps.
Would you rather be successful and nobody likes you, or be a failure but be loved by everyone?
To be successful but nobody likes you, or be a failure but be loved by everyone. The second one, failure loved by everyone.
62%.
Yeah, we know what life is.
Would
Toffee says urge is defined as a strong desire or impulse.
Toffee can keep his definitions to himself. Would you rather be happy all the time but have
I should pee today. I don't know.
not today, but this very second? Can I wait? Can I hold it? Yeah. I mean, I got the urge, but it's not urgent.
All right, read this one again. Sorry.
Would you rather be happy all the time but have no friends, or be sad all the time but have a lot of friends?
Oh, that's weird. This is a different version of the last.
Of the last question, exactly.
I would think happy all the time with no friends.
Happy all the time, no friends. That's 60%. Listen, that is the total opposite of what the last answer was.
Right.
People don't know what they want.
I think they do. They
No.
want, no, it's not about the friends, it's about the happiness. I think people want to be happy. So if you're a failure but everybody loves you, you're still going to be happy because you know that you're surrounded
No,
by
you're
people.
not.
I feel like you
No,
would be.
you're not.
Yeah.
You go to bed at night and lay your head on the pillow, and you ain't got all these people around you saying, "You're the best."
But you
You're
did during the
awesome,"
day.
as you lay down and go to sleep. No.
You don't
when
have
you
the-
lay down and go to sleep, who are you laying down to go to sleep with? Your thoughts, your brain. And so
Like,
it's then so it's then that it's like, "Oh, I suck. I'm a failure."
I don't know.
You can say I don't know, but I'm right. Would you rather build a new house or buy an existing house?
Build a new house.
65%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make it your own way.
Duh.
Have it your way.
Yep. It's the Burger King of homes. Oh, look, another Facebook ad. What do you
Nobody cares
know?
about you, Facebook.
Would you rather be rich and alone or be poor and with your family and friends? I am
Poor
tired
with your family
of
and friends.
how many of this question.
Watch it be the complete opposite for this one.
No, 69%.
Okay.
Poor and with your family and friends.
Yeah, 3 of these have been almost identical.
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Would you rather play games on PC or play games on console?
That's a hard question.
Bum, bum, bum.
Because it really depends on the game. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like more people play on consoles than they do on PC. It's a trap.
Bum,
Brother Mod said, it's a trap.
Don't give any answers in the chat.
Dang. If they don't know what everybody else in the world is picking.
Yeah, but they can't influence your answer. Because if everybody's like console, then you're going to pick console.
I'm going to say console just because I think more people play games on console than they do on PC.
Yeah, but it was only 54%.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done 6 out of 7. If I can
pretty
get this next one right.
Okay, so, but for real, I do want to know in our chat now what everybody thinks, PC or console. I want to know what our nerds prefer. Lastly, would you rather live 2,000 years ago as a rich person or live today as an average person?
I've seen The Chosen, which is set roughly 2,000 years ago. It's kind of dirty and gross back then. No air conditioning. No TV, that's for sure. Not going to go to the movies. I'm going to have a whole bunch of money, and what am I going to buy with it? Grapes? Spices?
I mean,
fine silks and linens?
In that time, that was important.
See, but I'm going to think the way I think people reading this are going to think, where it's like, we'll give you all this money, but you go back from now to then and you live then. So you know what you're missing. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick average life now.
70%.
Boom! I can't believe it. I ran the gamut.
I can't believe it.
It did feel rigged because 3 of them were exactly the same.
Because 3 of them were exactly the same.
I'm trying to agree with you, and you're mocking me with the agreement.
Yeah.
That means next week I get to challenge Mo again in the same game, and I might actually take home the title belt over there. There it is.
Nope. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. I'm playing this game every day this week. You're going to lose.
I'm going to practice.
I'm going to prepare.
You're going to be skunked next week.
That's right. See, even Oreo says you won't get the belt because he believes in Mo.
Hey, dude. Don't take this fake friendship with Mo thing too far.
Okay. Look, I'm going to let you do it again.
No.
I got my
pressure's
bag.
on me.
My bag.
Get your bag.
My bag.
Oh, this feels weird. Oh, no. Oh.
It's a
What
chocolate.
the what?
It's a chocolate.
Look at that. It's a candy bar with tiny little Oreo cookies in it.
Listen, we said last week.
I can't see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep doing that.
We said last week that we can't do anything that's painful anymore.
Not anymore. Just take a break is all.
Okay. Are you going to continue holding it there? Or
Yeah,
what?
I was. I thought you were going to explain.
No. It's a Milka chocolate bar with...
Yeah, so this is not a U.S. bar.
Oreo pieces.
For sure.
Oreo.
It is printed
Not Oreo.
in not English.
Oreo.
I can't open it.
Brother Mod says they're so good. It's because it's...
I gave up.
It's a It's not an American candy bar, so it's not.
Oh, okay, that made more sense.
Hey, that looks really yummy. That's like a for real little mini Oreo in a chocolate.
Is that the bottom side? It's on both sides.
That's really cool. Oh, and look, there's even like smushed.
There's cream up there.
Yummy.
Cream up in here. Oh my gosh, it smells fantastic.
Oh, I'm throwing you out of keto, huh?
That's fine. I haven't been in keto this whole week because it's been too hard to try and eat keto and have a new baby at home.
Well, I am opening up my window like
super early.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, like 7 hours early.
I'll get back on it tomorrow. We're good.
1, 2, 3.
Bruh. Also, this is just good chocolate, too.
It is really good chocolate, surprisingly. Okay, I'm so not a fan of chocolate. I'm really not. It's like too... It is very good chocolate, but I can't do super sweet things.
I don't feel like this is really sweet either.
No, like my jaws are tingling. It's so sweet. My jowls, they're tingling.
Your jowls.
They're tingling.
This is good.
It is very good. I'm honestly surprised. Honestly, how many times can I say honestly? Honestly, it honestly tastes like an honest.
But you finished the sentence.
The Hershey's cookies and cream. That's what it reminds me of.
Why?
Yeah.
There's no chocolate in that.
I know it's white chocolate. But it's that whole Oreo with chocolate taste. That's what it tastes like.
But there's no chocolate in that one. So you're not getting an Oreo with chocolate taste. You're getting an Oreo with white chocolate, which isn't chocolate.
I don't care what anybody... I know white chocolate's not chocolate. I don't care what anybody says. The flavor is very similar. White chocolate to chocolate. It's not the same, but it is similar. Whatever.
Y'all hearing this?
Yeah,
malarkey? Straight malarkey.
Work with a bunch of nerds.